Hello everyone, today we are going to present how to achieve sustainability through urban farming. Within the goals that are part of the Sustainable Development Goals, we will focus on two: responsible production and consumption and life on land. The production and consumption goal refers to making fundamental changes in the way that our society produces and consumes goods and services. It aims to trigger all organizations and individuals to take serious steps to adopt sustainable patterns in order to change the sustainable patterns that have been taking place, such as overproduction. The Life Online aims to reduce the environmental damage that has been done by protecting, restoring, and promoting the sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystems and reverse land degradation and halt biodiversity loss. Considering these measures, a more sustainable community could be achieved. Maintaining a sustainable community demands all citizens' contribution, which include eating a diet that is sustainably sourced, consuming what we need, doing recycling, being responsible toward wildlife, and limiting the amount of energy we use. Within the different groups and organizations that have adopted a sustainable life, we find the new generation of sustainable vegans, who are based on the beliefs of the first vegan movement, where humans should not inflict pain on other animals. Veganism today is also driven by environmental concerns, as research has demonstrated how a plant-based diet has less of an environmental impact than meat-based alternatives. Through interviews and surveys conducted in different vegan people in September 2021, we distilled this research to arrive at the persona of Emma, which captures the characteristic of this particular end-user group. Emma is a young woman who lives in an apartment, works during the week, so she leads a busy life. She made the decision to go vegan as a way to contribute to the tremendous damage that humans have done to the planet. In addition to not eating meat, she's constantly looking for sustainable and reliable options. She feels overwhelmed and mistrust of the products she consumes, not knowing their origins and processes that were carried out until they were taken to the point of sale. On the other hand, she would like to be able to produce her own food, but her lifestyle doesn't allow it. From the analysis of this new group of sustainable vegan, we can learn from them that there is a need to give them confidence in the products they consume, and also to corroborate that they are produced in a sustainable way with the least possible impact on the environment. According to a report of urban farming and a plant-based diet, when people grow their own vegetables, they feel more connected to the food. Urban farming and plant-based diets are a powerful combination that can help solving unsustainable patterns of production and consumption and life on land.
Our first president is the One Central Park Green World. The Green World in Sydney's Central Park, built in 2019. It shows how eco-architecture helps integrate nature into the urban system and balance the economic outcome. The design allows the plant to grow in special building material and use steel cable planting boxes parallel to the wall to move and reposition the plants. Vertical garden also creates an urban habitat for native flora and fauna, preserving species diversity. The building was designed against this backdrop, with Australian sensitivity to water in mind. According to the article published by the Australian Government Department of Industry, Innovation and Science, green world design has played an important role in improving sustainable living standard in city. However, the project may not be truly sustainable. The green world lack of the potential to change the way people live. In addition, the building took a lot of time and resource and did not fit in large part of the city. Next is BIGH urban farming. BIGH has designed Europe's largest urban farm to grow fish and vegetables on rooftop while meeting strict circular economy standards. The project integrated the farm with existing buildings, benefiting from wasted energy and reducing its impact on environment. The project treated the food waste within the city while providing fresh food to citizens, reducing carbon emission from food transportation and makes the waste economically valuable. However, due to the complexity of the design structure and the energy reuse component, it may require many different professionals to maintain it. It is high maintenance for many developing cities. The third one is a European rooftop garden. European rooftop garden is Australia's first indigenous rooftop farm for urban food production. The garden was designed by Australian Aboriginal organization, and they use the indigenous knowledge, collaborative design, and permaculture principles to create and maintain the project. The garden is located on the roof European house above Sydney, where they grow more than 2,000 edible, medical, and culturally significant plants. European rooftop garden has attributed that make it is an excellent sustainable design project. It focuses not only environmental protection, but also on cultural diversity and social impact. According to the European website, the project provides many job opportunities to local community, and because of the variety of plants grown, biodiversity is preserved. The limitation of the design, however, are that the project did not receive enough attention because of the lack of community interaction with the space. Without this interaction, customers were not driving to seek out locally produced food, and therefore limiting the impact of this design on people's lifestyle decisions.
Adopt Your Food arises as a redesign of Jerry Bingin Rooftop Garden. It's an innovative rooftop farm that facilitates farming of fruits and vegetables for consumption with a system to keep users engaged in the development of their own produce. We learned that consumers wish to know more about the origins of the products they consume, and our garden will build their understanding of the full product's life cycle, with cameras installed in the garden to track growth of the produce. This will be accompanied by a mobile application that allows users to see the progress of their garden and the progress of others in the space garden. Our concept will promote sustainability by using existing rooftop space in urban areas, as has been done in the Jerry Bingin Rooftop Garden, rather than requiring new agricultural land. The garden will target overconsumption, as users will find the produce in the garden, which will drive consumers to be more deliberate in their consumption decisions. The Adopt Your Food farm will build on the foundation of the garden by only farming produce, which is naturally compatible with the climate and weather condition, which has its origins in the native and indigenous edible plants. As the precedent analysis shows, there are existing rooftop gardens, yet this space can lack social interaction and awareness. Our concept will instill a sense of ownership with this rooftop garden space, given the vested interest that consumers have in the outcomes, which will lead those with interest in the space to become natural ambassadors and promote the sustainable vision of the concept. Our user research revealed the younger generations are increasingly time poor, yet placing less trust in big brands and their claims regarding environmental impact of their products. Our concept seeks to address this insight by making it efficient for consumers whilst providing them with complete transparency of the process so that they can be confident their contribution is having a positive impact on the environment. Once produce is ready for harvest, users will be required to collect the produce, which aims to bring more people into the space and develop a sense of community around the typical harvest time throughout the year.
For redesign part, due to the original rooftop from lack of interaction with customers, so we decided to use online app and offline equipment to improve it. The offline design is based on the original rooftop farm structure, which does not damage the plant already planted here. This is a communication space combined with greenhouse and cafe. When people choose their plants on our app, they can come here and look their plant and pick those vegetables by themselves. The design is aimed to give people a better understanding of how the product they received are actually made, and they can participate in this process. We believe that when people can actually see and touch those plants, they will show more reliable attitude toward the food they eat. And by increasing people's sense of engagement, the design had the opportunity to change people's lifestyle. Also, due to the limited space on the roof, we wanted to maximize the use of this space. So this design is both a cafe and a greenhouse. Not only can vegetables be grown in different seasons, but it also provides the client with a space for communication and the relaxation, as well as a beautiful view of the whole city. We hope to attract more customers in this way, especially the young generation who like to go to the cafe in their spare time. In addition, since this is a regional design planted by an indigenous organization, we wanted to reflect their culture from the overall style of the building. In this way, we hope to strengthen the identity of this brand.
Our roof redesign would have the existing build space curated into a fruits and vegetable garden for customers. Even though we are going for the original approach of plant it and leave it, we are changing of what they grow into the space. In the garden, Yarrabingin originally had lilies and orchids, finger limes and native raspberries. However, the redesigned garden would have an array of choices of locally sourced seeds of various fruits and vegetables, meant for people to cook and consume at a later stage. Moreover, this space would have real opportunities to create social interaction. The roof can be accessed by public for them to speculate and see how the farmers are growing their produce and to know more about what the seeds are sourced from. This would result in transparency of information from the farmers to the consumers. We will be keeping the original trees, however, replacing the plants with separate trays of produce for each separate customers depending on the number of people they are growing for. Also keeping the built pavement as it is as a way of future social gathering and outdoor seating space. Each garden tray can be monitored by customer whether they wish to visit the rooftop. Works both for existing and new customers. In the center of the pavement, we will have the greenhouse as a way of growing extra food produce for the people to take home when they visit, or just as an interaction space between other customers that visit, and an indoor seating area. As seen on the image, customers will have ample space around the trays to move freely and see the progress of the produce, and also use it as a social interactive space and a space to interact with the farmers present on the day. This will be all about the offline services of our roof design. Coming to the online services, we will be showcasing an app for the customers to download and use. They can either choose to have a dark theme or a light theme for the app depending on their individual phone settings. In this case, we made a prototype of the dark theme. One can choose to download the app before and after visiting the rooftop garden physically. To start with, existing users can choose to sign in, whereas new users would have to sign up using their email address and a strong password. Next, we will be introducing the app as a way for people to seed their own produce and asking about how many people they wish to plant for. Also depending whether they wish to have a weekly or a fortnightly subscription, which can be modified after each delivery or pickup. The app will also ask their users to notify if they have any allergies or preferences about their food, and then the app will search the produce that best fits according to the choices they just made. After which, they will enter the home page where they can search and select the produce they would like to grow from the catalog, such as broccolis and beetroots, by just single tapping on the screen. The second option on the app menu would be to view the garden and to know where exactly their tray is located on the roof and the approximate area their produce is using on the space. They will get a daily update or a live update as to how long they need to await for their produce to grow, including close-up pictures of their produce to show how it is looking, and the same will be updated on a regular basis. Third on the menu is the chat option, where the users will be able to invite other users who are also growing their produce on the roof and chat with them. And last but not the least, they will be able to update any information about themselves on the profile section, including address, email, payment option, and the type of subscription they wish to opt for their next produce. At the end, the users can choose to physically pick up the produce or get it delivered to their home. That would be all about our presentation. Thank you guys for listening.